Welcome to the final part of Sonic the Hedgehog. We're in Scrap Brain Zone now.
Kari thinks poop jokes are funny.
No, I laughed because you said make these 12 minutes and 18 seconds really fast. When in fact they're a uniform measurement of time and they will neither go faster nor slower no matter what you do.
Let me explain why this joke's funny.
Let me explain why you're bad.
You have not gotten good, such as I have.
Okay, but now explain why this joke's funny.
That's why.
Kari just explained it.
I just explained it.
Oh, well, it's just you said, let me explain why this joke's funny, and then everything got silent.
Oh, no, he was making fun of how I explained it was funny.
Oh.
What was that?
That was my reaction.
Were you having a stroke?
Yes. Oh, dude, my stroke.
But little did I know that Evan really was having a stroke.
Oh, no.
He died that day.
I don't even know your address.
I was about to say the exact same thing, to be honest.
Dude, I know his address.
Okay.
Anyway, Kari, what were you gonna say? You don't know my address, so what?
So I couldn't call 911 and get the emergency response system, so...
Nah, just, oh, it's Evan's house.
Oh,
it's like,
so
oh yeah, everyone knows where Evan's house is.
Yeah, you know. Oh, you know.
God damn it. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so yeah, Scrap Brain Zone is probably one of the most punishing games in actually the series, cause like this stage will fuck your shit up if you do things badly. Like
what you just did?
Yeah. You got those flamethrowers there. This, like I said, this stage is really, really punishing. Also, that enemy you just saw, it's called a ball hog. It looks oddly 3D-ish. It's sprite to me.
Kinda does, actually, yeah.
Like, it kind of stands out.
The pig robots were powered by rabbits?
Oh, those are pigs? They look like teddy bears.
Like Sean, who we talked about a couple parts ago. He's a teddy bear.
Yeah. He's a teddy bear.
Anyway, so, yeah, in Act 1 we were outside Eggman's base, and in Act 2, we're inside Eggman's base. How about that? I'm not a fan of that concept as much as I am other ones, like, something Sonic 3 did, for example, was, like, I don't know, like, you'd see one background, and then you, like, go into this corridor where it's, like, supposed to, like, imply, like, you're inside something now, like, just, like, and then once you got out of that corridor, like, the background changed. I've always really liked that effect, and I wish more games would do that kind of thing.
I wish you would do that kind of thing.
Well, you know, I don't know how to code, so...
You know why? Because you're a loser!
You know what? I can agree.
Aww.
Evan, you're not supposed to take... My biggest fear is one of these days somebody will take me seriously.
Oh, well, that would be really bad.
Look at how good I'm doing at this game.
The other day, I had to actually tell my mom not to drink bleach.
What?
Wait.
She wasn't, like, serious. She's not like, I'm gonna kill myself. But she's just, like, joking around. And I was like, hey, Mom, don't do that. She's like, are you sure? And I was like, more than positive.
Are you sure that she wasn't joking, too?
No, she was. I know that. As a matter of fact.
It's like on Lucky Star when they say to their teacher, Kudoi, it's like, don't joke about something when it doesn't seem like a joke.
But that's my humor.
Like for example, no, I mean like the big example was cause they asked Kudoi if like she takes care of herself, like cooks healthy food, and then she makes a comment about like in these days convenience stores are all you need. Oh yeah, that was so funny. I remember. Oh man. And it's just like she's just a big gamer. Yeah, it was like she's like. Honestly, she's the kind of person who plays games and then gets shit-faced and then just goes home and then sleeps for like a day.
Yep.
And that's the big reason why it doesn't seem like a joke. Pretty much every character on Lucky Star has something that I really like about them.
I love Lucky Star. I need to rewatch it. It's been like 6 years. 7 years.
The biggest thing I really remember about the show was arguing about how to eat that the chocolate pastry.
Well, that was like in the first episode.
It was.
Yeah. It was the first episode, but it was like pretty memorable. I don't know why. It's like, yeah, how to eat
I think it's memorable because it's so relatable.
Well, you see, the thing is, like, when I first watched it, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And why can't I stop watching?
Dude, speaking of D batteries. Yeah,
Wait,
dude.
D battery. Is that...
That's something that you are not.
Yeah, probably not even a D battery.
Did you just pull that out of your ass, honestly, Will?
Well, speaking of that, actually, I do have 4 D batteries in my ass right now, in case of an emergency. I call it the Crouching Dragon.
Kari's laughing, but little did she know that he's actually serious.
Is that why you
know? I actually got that from something.
Because there's D battery.
Okay, time for a cutscene. The only cutscene in the game. Hi, Eggman.
Oh, I thought he actually said hi, Eggman.
Welcome to Scrap Brain Act 3, or as I like to call it, Labyrinth Act 4.
Oh no, is there water?
I'm not just calling that because the stage is just a palette swap.
Purple.
You're purple.
Like, I'm not just calling it that because it looks like a palette swap of Labyrinth. I'm calling it that because it's pretty much Labyrinth Act 4. Supposedly, yeah, fuck me. Supposedly, this was supposed to have its own original graphic to it, but they ran out of cartridge space, so they just kind of reskinned Labyrinth. But the thing about running out of cartridge space is, that doesn't seem like it would have been a big deal in the long run, because, like, in the actual, like, in the prototype, there was, like, this thing about, like, Sonic having a band, like, that appeared on the sound test, and it would take up, like, a fourth of the cartridge space. But they scrapped it, and you know what that fourth of the cartridge space went into? The Sega logo at the beginning of the game.
Oh my gosh.
Only this game has it that large. Only this game.
Wow.
That's huge, dude.
How does... That's nuts.
Hey, would you have rather they went the Sonic 3 route and then just split the game in half because they ran out of cartridge space?
No, I guess not.
Okay, Scrap Brain technically doesn't have a boss unless you count Final Zone, which is here. I mean, it's got the same background as Scrap Brain Act 2, after all. In fact, we're literally just on the other side of that little barricade where Eggman dropped us into Scrap Brain Act 3.
I thought you were gonna say when he dropped us into hell.
Okay, yes, but like Eggman, I mean, Scrap Brain Act 3 is very, like, I mean, it's specifically designed so that you're just supposed to get to the other side of that wall that you were dropped in. So it's kind of like a go-around thing, but I took, like, a super, like, I took a huge shortcut, so it was a very short stage for me.
Oh, don't fall. I guess there's nowhere for you to fall, is there?
I don't know why
can you fall
he has...
inside?
No, you can't. I don't know why he has the ledge animation there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
maybe in case the pillars like moved up, but then you would die anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't know. But yeah, Crusher Pillars and these lightning balls and no rings. That is this game's final boss. And while under most situations I'd be bullshitting you and saying, of course it's not, and like, with it, and the actual situation being, of course it's not, there's a much more difficult, threatening final boss here. But no, this is actually the final boss of this game. It's very underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You're underwhelming.
It's nothing compared to the giant robot that Eggman piloted in Sonic 2, and the even gianter robot in Sonic 3. Sorry. I should have called the Sonic 2 one the chicken quesadilla robot.
You're right, you should have. But you didn't.
Alright, so this right here is the good ending!
Yay! I like that kind of ending.
The only difference is that the emeralds disappear and then Sonic gets surprised and then there's a bunch of flowers. Alright, let's pause now. And like the bad ending, the only difference is that he just gives you like his idle pose for a second and that's it. Anyway, so yeah, final thoughts time. Will goes first.
Yeah, okay, so... I thought it was neat.
Oh, you thought it was neat?
Yeah, I thought it was neat.
Neato, friendo.
I thought, the music was pretty good. It was a good atmospheric, and I thought with the limitations of what they had back then, and what they accomplished visually was pretty cool. Aside from that, I think level design was okay. And the bosses were neat. 5.9 out of 10.
Whoa, that's kind of low, actually.
5 is supposed to be average.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I wouldn't think of it that way.
Like, my scale usually has 5 as, like, the first bad score, but kind of like a school grading system.
Yeah, but then that's just like... Because if you make a game, you should expect it to be a 9 then.
That's...
He's going backwards.
Oh, Kari, you didn't press pause.
Oh.
Because we're on the credits now.
I was still watching the... I'm sorry. I kind of wasn't listening because I was enjoying watching the credits.
Oh, okay. Kari's turn to do final thoughts.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Well, obviously I liked it because I'm watching the credits and I'm liking the animations. I don't know. I mean, it didn't, like, super stand out to me or anything, but I think that's because I did commentary for a lot of the more recent Sonic games.
You actually only did Sonic 3.
We did? No, we did another one.
You were only there for Sonic 3.
Just kidding. I must have watched some other ones. I don't know.
You watched our Sonic 2 one. That was the difference.
That makes sense. Okay, so I do have more experience with some of the newer Sonic games, so I think I have that to compare it with. This is the first time I've been exposed to this one. But yeah, I mean, for a first one, I was pretty impressed. I mean, I definitely have to say that music when you're about to drown was pretty trippy. I mean, I can see where it'd be nightmare fuel for kids and for myself if I were the one playing, but yeah.
Kari's easily frightened.
Would you say frightened, or would you just say... Yeah, frightened. Yeah, you're right. I'm easily frightened. 6.5 out of 10.
Alright, so as the actual player, like, I do see this as a really good game, honestly. Like, I mean, first off, like, the Genesis is technologically inferior to the SNES, but they really, really pushed this one so that, like, it could look as impressive as possible, and I mean, graphically speaking, it looks more detailed than Super Mario World, which came out the same year. They also did a lot with the sound, the music's great in general, but they really worked with the sound chip so that Genesis twang wasn't everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Genesis sound font is very noteworthy for having a twang.
Like a banjo.
Yeah, no, but, like, I do really enjoy this game. It's not perfect, and its, level design could get better. It doesn't help that my first video game ever was Sonic 2, and I played this one afterward. Like, I mean, it was, like, a year's difference. Like, maybe not even a year. Like, we had Sonic 1, like, we also had Sonic 1 before I was born, but, Sonic 2 was what was plugged into the Genesis when I first came across it, so, you know. And, yeah, like, it's just that the rest of the classic series is a lot better than this. I mean, then there's the 8-bit games, which, can be more impressive, but then at the same time, they're technologically inferior and therefore aren't as impressive. Like, I don't know, it's like a give or take kind of thing. We'll get into that later, but, honestly, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Bearing that in mind, keep in mind that I gave Sonic 2 a 9, Sonic CD also a 9, and Sonic 3 a 10, so still that is a bit of a slight gap there.
Nice.
Anyway, next time on Smash Team Games, we will be playing the 8-bit Sonic 1 game, which, it's not like a watered-down 8-bit port of Sonic 1, it's a completely different game, so that's why we're playing it. I honestly only put this one at the beginning of the marathon because my initial commentary for Sonic 1 was from the old days when I was doing everything solo, and I don't like those commentaries, so...
Back when I was a kid. I had to watch
Kari was a
that
kid?
solo.
Anyway, until then, I'm Evan.
I'm Will.
I'm Kari.
And we are signing off.
No, actually, I'm Kari, not signing off.